Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new, we're Nick and Sarah, and with our two little pups, we spent the last couple of years exploring Europe in our 32-year-old camper van. But this summer, after lots of issues with that van, it was definitely time for an upgrade. We travelled to Berlin to collect a new home on wheels, but later found out to import it back home to Spain, we would have to completely dismantle everything. It was a lot of hard work and quite a bit of stress, but finally we are legal. We now have to rebuild the van to make it into the perfect home for us and our dogs. But before that, it's...
back to basics.
Back to basics!
We're a tiny bit more set up and organised.
What are you talking about? This is the perfect setup.
Look at this, we have a storage box here with all the junk goes in.
Everything we need for this little trip away, like coffee facilities, dog food, dog bowls, kettle, our cooking thing, just bits and bobs. Then we have a proper table, and that's all of our clothes underneath and our power station. The little fridge here, the smaller table, that's the little gas stove.
Bucket in the corner, water, bin.
Hammocks are perfect for vans, aren't they? There's so many places to hang it. So we're gonna have a movie night this evening. Probably put the projector there.
Are you happy, boys? We thought we had to get away as we've got a few days of really nice weather. Over 20 degrees in mid-December. Crazy. This is where we're parked up though. We found a lovely little spot in an olive grove. There's quite a few other vans here. I think everyone's got the same idea. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you exactly where we are. We're in a beautiful city, or just below a beautiful city. It's up on the cliffs there, if that's a clue. We'll tell you where we are a little bit later on, or better just show you, eh? You ready to go out, Diz? You ready to go out, darling?
Almost. It's actually really comfortable in here, isn't it? And we've bought some little Christmas lights for later on, just to make it a little bit nicer looking, because obviously it's a little bit rough looking, isn't it, with all the plain walls.
What, really?
So we actually found this spot on Park for Night, and it's pretty well located. It's about 5 minutes walk uphill, and then you're kind of in the city or the main area. We were just talking about the fact that the last two Christmases, the last two winters we spent in the UK, and this time last year exactly, we were actually snowed in, freezing cold, and -12.
We're in the Wye Valley, or on the edge of the Forest of Dean. When you go back to the UK at Christmas time in the winter, you really want it to snow. It looked absolutely amazing walking through like the forest and the snow. I'm not sure which weather I prefer, 25 degrees or snow.
And the year before, 2 years ago, we were in Wales and you got butt naked and jumped into the sea about this time of year.
That's refreshing.
Cheers. First stop, lunch.
Oh, that's refreshing. And the first tap has arrived, the classic ensalada rusa.
It feels like proper holidays. We have a pinchito, prawn skewer, and then this is the cazon, marinated dogfish. It's very nice, we get this quite often.
The pilpil's arrived.
It does actually look like quite a good one.
We actually got this for the dogs, chicken pinchitos. The pilpil, by the way, is amazing.
Cheers.
They always get a little bit of tapa for themselves. That was a lovely, lovely meal.
Oh, do you know what we had to do? We had to have the second drink.
Oh, dangerous.
And it was like €33 in total, 2 drinks each, all that food. Our bellies are full up, and now we're going back to the van and going to bed.
Yes, fighting over the hammock. Wondering where we are. Well, we're going to give you the biggest clue we can right now.
We are in the iconic, beautiful city of Ronda here in Andalucia, and we love this place, we really do. We've just passed by the terrific gorge, the Tijo de la Ronda, which kind of like separates the city in two, if you like, with the
new town from the old town, yeah.
With the amazing bridge there. I mean, it's just such a beautiful city, isn't it?
It's incredible.
Very, very popular.
It sits on a plateau and it sits on the edge of the cliff.
Carry on.
Excuse me, don't mind that. I just saw a police car go past there. I thought he was playing that music then. Anyway, yeah, it's an incredible city. It sits on top of a plateau on like the edge of a cliff, looks over the valley towards the Sierra de Ronda or Sierra de Gracelima range. Some incredible mountain range. And one interesting fact, it's got the biggest bull ring in Spain.
Is it the oldest? I think it might be the oldest bull ring.
Don't quote us on that. I'm sure we've been somewhere else where I'm sure there's several bull rings we've been to where they quote they're the oldest or biggest.
Don't really agree with bull rings, obviously, or bullfighting, should we say. Not sure if this one's still actively used for that.
I think it's used once a year.
Once a year, is it?
For the tourists, so
yeah.
not too bad. But it looks good on Game of Thrones.
Oh, is it in the Game of Thrones?
No, maybe.
You can't just make up things because you haven't researched and learnt your facts.
Well, if it wasn't in Game of Thrones, it should have been in Game of Thrones, because from the pictures it looks very impressive. We went to one in Asuna on our way back from the UK last year, I think. I believe that may have been the oldest.
No, it was. Ronda is the oldest bull ring in the world.
There you go, you heard it here first.
And if I'm incorrect, then I'm sure someone will let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Well, we haven't shown it yet.
Where
anyway,
Where is it? Let's go
down
look.
here.
There's going to be a plaque on the wall saying if it is or not. It is the oldest bull ring in the world here in Ronda, but it is definitely not the largest. The largest bull ring in the world is in Mexico City, which has a seating capacity of over 40,000. This one here in Ronda has a seating capacity of only 5,000. So you were very, very wrong, my love.
You sure it's in Mexico, the largest?
It definitely is. I've just completely Googled it 3 times.
Not in Madrid?
There's a big one in Madrid which holds 23,000 people. That's the largest one in Spain, but the largest one in the world is in Mexico, which almost doubles the one in Madrid. So there you go. So this one's quite small in comparison. It's still quite big.
Not really worth coming to.
But it is the oldest.
Old, it's ugly.
The oldest one in the world, which is pretty impressive,
yeah,
I thought.
My little friend.
Izzy!
Izzy! Izzy! Izzy! Darling, look at him. Yes, darling, stop encouraging it. Stop encouraging them.
It's a male dog.
We would have gone in the bull ring to show you around, as it is one of the oldest bull rings.
The oldest?
The oldest, not the one.
In the world.
In the world.
But it's closed.
And Sev was a bit of a cheapskate. No,
it's
closed.
Nick's worst instrument in the whole wide world is the accordion, but we came by here and he was like, oh, this is probably the best accordion I've ever heard.
Actually, to be fair, he's playing some modern classics, if you can call them that.
He is making a few mistakes, but overall pretty good and way, way, way better than what we could ever do, darling.
Definitely. I wouldn't have a clue what to do with that. But generally, I just want to pay him to step away from the accordion, put it on the ground and walk away, and stop playing it when you sat down and have a nice meal.
So there's actually quite a lot of like Christmassy stuff up, which means we're going to have to stay out until after dark to see it all lit up everywhere, because that's the main reason that we came. Well, that's the main reason that Nick came anyway, because he wants to see some festive stuff. So I think the only thing we can do from now until when it gets dark is
not drink more wine. Yeah, sorry this has been a bit of a rubbish tour. We left it. We left the last minute. We were just going to get on with some stuff to do with the van, prepping him.
And we thought
discussion
it's such a lovely couple of days coming up. Let's go on holidays instead.
And a subscriber actually said, can you please show us Ronda?
Yeah, I think it was the last video or the video before. Someone said, can you please show us Ronda? So there you go. Here you are, whoever you are. Here's Ronda.
Can't believe he thinks that's the ball.
I'm surprised he's not trying to mate it. Cheers, folks. One last coffee in the sun before it fades down behind the buildings. Cheers.
Can you believe it? We've only had one coffee today.
Yeah.
Which is why we're acting a little bit funny.
This is only the second coffee of the day. That's crazy.
It's crazy, it's ridiculous.
We've usually had 4 by now.
Not a bad coffee though.
It's
Ronda is famous for its Americanos.
He's making it up again. Don't
up.
listen to him. But it is a very nice coffee, to be fair.
Yeah, we're just enjoying the sunshine coming down one of the main streets, one of the main shopping streets, pedestrianised streets in Ronda. Nearly 6 o'clock, sun setting in about half an hour or something. And I'm still sat here in my shorts and t-shirt.
And it's not cold, is it? The temperature hasn't dropped yet. It probably will drop tonight. We'll probably be freezing in the van, but we've bought our onesies just in case.
That's it, the sun has gone behind the buildings, it's probably about to set over the top of the mountains, it's about to get chilly.
Yeah, so it's like 23 degrees today, and then tonight it'll probably drop down to, well, it'll be less than 10. And then we've got another nice day tomorrow. I think it's 25 degrees tomorrow. It's actually bikini weather tomorrow, darling.
Come on Charlie, be brave, come on. Come on. It's alright now, isn't it? As long as it's in the middle of the bridge. They saw us cross the bridge and then they turned the lights on.
So we may have to get our Christmas jumpers on and come back into town.
Yes.
So we have come back, we have got into our Christmas gear, made a brew, the dogs are all cosy, Nick's getting the footage on in the office area, and yeah, it's pretty cosy in the van actually. It's quite nice. From the last video we said about possibly keeping the bulkhead in. We're not 100% sure yet. We're not going to have to get out of the van to get in the van. If we keep it in, there'll be a big window cut in the bulkhead. The bed will be up here. 100% we wouldn't keep it in without having an exit entrance cut in here. 1, for security, we don't want to leave the van to get back in the front, and 2, because we want to have obviously light coming through from the front as well. We're also going to put a window in here. We're going to have a window in the back.
See, my reason behind keeping the bulkhead in is to create like a separate area, like create a little frame and a window frame looking through to the front cab. Then that's like the van part and this is your home. Does that make sense?
But it is quite heavy. But if we cut a big enough window, that's going to obviously take down the weight quite a bit. But it's really good. It's solid, isn't it? So it's really good, like to build from, like to build your bed from, because we're having the bed this side. So this is such a solid frame. Alrighty, so we are heading out in the pitch dark. Actually, it's so dark. Get the torch on. To go and see the Christmas lights. I can't see at all. We're gonna have to,
especially when you've got a bright light shining in your eyes. It's pitch black.
gosh, there's rocks everywhere. Lovely evening, isn't it?
Lovely. Get to wear my Christmas jumper, just about the right temperature for a Christmas jumper and hat. Don't need a big jacket.
Yeah, it's actually quite mild, isn't it?
Yeah, first Christmas tree. It's nice, isn't it?
Can we go back now?
Don't know whether they just don't bother with Christmas jumpers in Spain, but I'm getting some funny looks.
Well, you are the ultimate Christmas jumper and hat walking around.
And,
People are probably staring at you as well because you're talking to a camera walking along.
And I'm wearing a Santa's hat.
And
I feel overdressed.
The light's on the camera, so it's quite bright. So all of these reasons, I might just walk over the other side of the road.
Well, I'm glad we came out. It's quite nice. Our little village hasn't got that many lights up, but you come to a lovely little city and they go to town, don't they?
Yeah, it's very pretty. Romantic, isn't it? Anyway, just sat here now, all awkward, aren't we?
All awkward, everyone watching us. Gonna step off down from the light heart. Everyone takes their embarrassing selfies, and I think we're gonna head back now.
Yeah.
Got a fill of lights.
Nick's a little bit disappointed with the lights, aren't you?
I wanted some Christmas trees, some real Christmas trees there. Anyway, let's get back to the doggies.
Oh, Dizzy. Oh, watch me come.
And
Oh, good morning. What a morning it is. Honestly, I have been living the dream. We're parked in the exact right position to have the doors open, the hammock up, and just enjoy this winter sun. It's just absolutely lovely.
careful, boys, don't slip. This could be entertaining.
See, they do the roads, but they don't do the pavements, do they? I'm being really selfish because I haven't let Nick have a go in the hammock yet this morning. Dizzy's been in with me most of the time. It's just amazing.
It's all you need, isn't it?
So nice. Like, I'm not even dressed. Like, I've still got my pyjama onesie on, vest top, Christmas hat, couple of coffees, sat here. It's just so comfortable and lovely. I'm not just saying it. I am honestly living my best life right now. Cold, isn't it, darling?
I think we're reconsidering the van build now. All we need is a hammock.
Oh,
all this
my goodness.
wasted space on sofas. Yeah, it is warm now, but it did get a little bit chilly last night.
It was really cold last night. We had enough blankets so we were fine in bed, but when you sort of put any limbs outside of the covers, you could feel that it was pretty cold, hey? I'm a little bit worried that it's just going to break.
3, 2, 1. That's better. Feel like I'm on holiday.
I have taken so many photographs and little videos on my phone this morning that it's completely out of battery. That's not a problem because we have our amazing EcoFlow Delta Max 2 with us, and we have talked about this before, but these are what we're going to use to power the van, the new build. I don't think we're even going to bother with any other like batteries and all of the setup because everything we need is right here. We've got our electric blankets with us and my, what do you call that? Heat pad thing, and it was perfect. You just plug them all in. We had our lights plugged into here. We had the Christmas lights on last night. Nick was doing some editing and this thing just powers the whole lot. And we're still on 86%. And editing our footage and making these videos is not a problem with these. Our laptops are quite power hungry, to say the least. You can plug them in while you're driving. You can obviously charge them by the sun. It takes, I think, just over an hour to charge one of these with the super fast charge, which is brilliant for us. And, you know, we can't rate these products enough. They are absolutely must have for van life.
You've got everything you need. You've got 4 USB, 2 of them fast charge, and you've got 2 USB-C, you've got 1 12-volt and 4 AC plug sockets. We just plugged in a multi-plug last night for the electric blankets of my laptop, so if you're having multi-plugs, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so this is probably the most important thing in this van, apart from the dogs, of course, and my lovely husband.
To be honest, that's not saying much. There's not much in the van at the moment.
Yes, now is a great time to get one of these with Christmas coming up and all. This is the EcoFlow Delta 2 Max, which is the big boy, but they have different power stations for different needs. They have the smaller ones. So if you don't work online and use loads of editing software and it's just for things like charging your phones and smaller things, and one of those is perfectly good enough as a backup power or as your full power. Hit the link in the description for more information and details on these brilliant EcoFlow products. And I cannot wait to get the air fryer in here powered by EcoFlow, and the coffee machine, and what else? And maybe the microwave. Now, in the past, I think Nick and I have slated people who have microwaves in their van, but when you think about it, one of these is going to be able to power it no problem whatsoever, and it's a really quick way of like cooking food.
I'm not sure about having the air fryer, microwave, blender, coffee machine. Anything else you can think of?
Toaster, kettle.
Which is going to be one big kitchen,
The
one
main
hammock at the end of the van, and then a kitchen.
So the only thing with the van being like this very basic setup, is it does get quite messy quite quickly. Even though we've got like the big storage box and like the table to put our things under this time, it still gets messy really quickly. Why is that, darling?
Because you're a messy person. Come on, slow coach. What are you doing? Making sure you've got a spare pair of knickers just in case.
Darling! Honestly, guys, like, it's such a good car parking spot. We're just there, and just look at this view. Obviously, you've got the view behind of the mountains and 5 minutes walk into town, but just look at that.
¿Qué? Esto es muy grande, ¿eh?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
sí. Es que hoy esto es muy grande.
No gusta.
No gusta. Ay, esto no quiere. Quiere ver.
Verde.
Ahora te van a dar otro.
Prefiere rojo. Oh.
Dice, sí, este no quiere, mira. Uy, uy, uy.
Oh, enjoying that.
¿Verdura o fruta?
Es fruta.
Fruta, ¿no?
Fruta.
Fruta. Aquí fruta. Y esto verdura.
Yeah, sí.
Esto es pimiento.
Oh. Muy bien, muy
Pero con los
bien.
labios.
No quiere ir a verde. Más dulce, por favor.
Este no quiere. Son amigos.
Sí, amigos.
Uy, qué linda. Uy, qué rubia. ¿Eh?
Ya le gusta de...
Mira, 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 mira.
¿Eh?
Sí, mira una amiguita. ¿Eh?
Hola.
Sí.
That horse has to be the most spoilt horse I've ever seen.
I know. He's not so keen on the peppers and things. He really likes apples and carrots, apparently.
And what was that other thing? Kaki?
Kaki, fruit. I don't know what it is though.
Never had that, never had that.
No, we haven't. We'll have to look for it in the supermarket. Right, onwards. To lunch.
Yes. All that watching that horse eat made me hungry. So darling, what do you prefer for Christmas? Sun like this year or snow like last year?
I think I'd like a week of each. So I'd be down here for a week and then drive back to the UK or somewhere in Northern Europe really, really quickly and have a week of that. And then drive back down really, really quickly and get back to the sun.
Tempting, tempting. Watch this space. Maybe next week we'll be there.
So yeah, 5 minutes down this road is the car parking space. Up those steps there gets you kind of directly into town. Another short walk into the main centre. Watch the car. And then 2 more minutes walk up this road leads you to one of the nicest restaurants in Ronda. The one that we were in yesterday afternoon. And you know what I always say? If it's not broken, don't fix it. Okay, so it was broken. It wasn't broken, but it's not open today. The restaurant we went to yesterday, so we've sat down at the restaurant next door. Yesterday was so busy. Today we've got like the whole of the square to ourselves. It's still early for Spanish people to have lunch though, isn't it?
Really nice square, and what's good about this, when we go to a city we're terrible at making decisions, so we end up wandering around trying to choose somewhere to sit, so here's perfect.
We've ordered a selection of tapas and then like a bigger thing as well. So here we have octopus, like octopus salad, if you like. This is like tuna, egg and potato salad. And here we have something that neither of us have ever tried before, which is quail eggs, which are like in like some kind of dressing. I'm not sure.
Green sauce.
Green sauce translation in English, but I'm not sure of the exact name in Spanish. It's a Spanish dish, obviously.
They look very good, don't they?
They look really good tapas actually. And here we have the bacalao with roasted peppers. Sorry, cod with roasted peppers. Looks quite nice, quite different.
Lightly battered.
Yeah. Sorry, we're just sharing loads of meals out and food in this vlog. And when you've got a basic setup like we have in the van at the moment, it's really nice to eat out.
And it's Christmas. I do like this little square. It's just sort of like on the edge of the old town. You walk through the old gates to get into the walled sort of city, and then up the hill to the bridge. But it's very, very peaceful, very tranquilo. You don't have to, it's not hectic to get here. It's an easy route from the direction we came, and yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
The dog's meal has just arrived. Well, the chicken is for the dogs, the chips are for us. They've got like a chicken pinchito the same as yesterday, so we'll wait for that to cool down.
That's what they like. They're happy with it. They keep ordering it.
They keep ordering it, the same old thing. I think they could have probably had lamb, but they wanted the chicken, so they get the chicken. That was really, really good, and all of that food was 24 euros. So that's a large glass of white wine. We only have one drink each day. A beer and all of that food. We're both full. The doggies had food and it was 24 euros. I think that's really good. And again, it was a really good meal, wasn't it? Yeah, very nice. There we go. Spain's still got it. Cheers. Gosh. Massive steps. I'm surprised the dogs make it.
Do you need a hand?
Oh, I think you do after that lunch. I tell you, we're both so full up. We should just have a very slow walk around to to help digest the food. And Nick's got some fun facts for you about Ronda.
Yeah. Did you know that Ronda is one, or if not, the oldest town/city?
Yes.
Is it a city or is it a town? But it's one of the oldest anyway.
Yeah.
With the oldest bull ring.
Yeah, in Spain.
Don't forget that, it's not the largest. The largest is in Mexico, then Venezuela, then Madrid.
Then, yeah. And it's got a population of 35,000 about, so very small city, in fact, if it is a city.
Yeah, it dates back, way back to 6th century BC. That's BC. The Romans have been here, the Moors have been here, and the bridge actually separates the old town from the new town. The new town being the 15th century.
Yeah.
So the new town's pretty old.
It's not exactly a new town, is it?
And the bridge was completed in the end of the 17th century. So that's not that old. That's only a few hundred years old. But very impressive nonetheless.
I have to get Charlie because look, he's just stopped.
Oh, he's running away.
It's a little bit scary, this section, isn't it? All of the bridges you've done in your life, your 10 years of life, and you're still scared. But sometimes he does just trot across without even real scary ones, like suspension bridges and stuff. So there's a lot to see in Ronda. I mean, we haven't shown that much, to be honest, in this vlog. Sorry about that. But there is a lot to see. There's the Roman baths. Are they Roman? Yeah. Arabic baths. Arabic. Obviously there's the bull ring, which is quite a highlight if you go there when that's open, and you can do a tour around there if that's your sort of thing. Plenty of bars and restaurants. I mean, just the scenery surrounding Ronda is amazing. Obviously the bridge and the viewpoint and the gorge is really cool. There's so much hiking and everything you can do all in this area.
This path leads right down to the gorge, and then there's a number of sort of viewpoints and steps leading up to the gorge, back up to the bridge. I mean, there's so many different walks you can do down into the countryside at the bottom of the cliffs on either side.
You can do like horse riding. There's those buggies that we seen yesterday.
Basically, you're just on a plateau surrounded by mountains in all directions.
Yeah, and you can do like I was reading that you can do like a wine tour as well.
Ooh.
Winery. Go and visit the wineries around here, which is supposed to be really nice. But yeah, it's definitely a really, really beautiful part of Spain.
Dizzy? You still hungry?
So we've totally changed our mind about the gorge walk because we've got like halfway and it's too hot. Like, it sounds weird because it's mid-December, but it's actually too hot. And the dogs are both panting and we've got no water. The lady in the restaurant bought them water, but of course, you know, they don't take these opportunities. And now we start a walk, obviously they're dying of thirst. Not that we're lazy and we ate too much lunch. No, it's the doggies need water.
Yeah, we're going to head back to the van to escape the sweltering temperatures of winter in Andalucia.
Oh, it's just crazy. Guys, it's not normally like this in December, right? Okay, so you do have nice days, but 26 is just insane for mid-December.
I'm not actually complaining, actually loving it.
It is lovely. It's so lovely. We've had such a nice couple of days here. We really have. And it's actually going to be quite hard to go back. You know, we're enjoying the back to basics of the van. We're enjoying just being out, and of course the weather does play. I'm knackered now. The weather does play a big part of that. But anyway.
Thirsty, darling.
They've had theirs. But we're going to have to move on because that's all the water we've got. And as good as this park up is, obviously there is zero facilities here. So we need to go and collect some water. I'm so hot. Have I said how hot it is today?
Oh, a gentle, smooth rumble. Oh!
One bit of gas. We put the aircon on.
Shall we? Yeah, why not?
Obviously we are a 6-metre van now, are we? Yes we are, and it is a little bit tight getting in and out of here, but it's doable if you just be quite careful.
We just parked up outside the supermarket, ready to go in and get some supplies. I need an ice cold drink, I'm so thirsty. Before we go,
we just want to say a massive happy birthday, happy 50th birthday.
Happy 50th.
It's a big one to PC Steve. How you doing? We met Steve 2 years ago in the UK, and we pooped our pants when he pulled up behind us or just by the side of us.
the nicest policeman you're ever going to meet in Telford.
Birthday tomorrow, happy 50th, and hope we'll see you again when we're back in the UK.
Yeah, personally, not business.
But not business.
Don't be pulled over by you. Just pop over to say hi, thank you.
Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you all next Thursday. Make sure you're following us for daily updates on our other socials.
Subscribe, hit that like button and the notification bell.
Absolutely free to do, to subscribe to our channel. We need all the subscribers we can get.
It's dripping up. It's dripping up at the moment.
And we'll see you all next Thursday.
Yep. Take care guys, see you next week.
Getting close to Christmas. Got it!